I'm Tony Rixby, the PA announcer here at Surprise Stadium, and I'm so glad to be with you for another season. It's always a wonderful day. We welcome back the Rangers and the Royals and all of you for the beginning of another brand new season. Our first item of business is the Mayor's Welcome Back Luncheon, is to bring on the Mayor. Now, this is his first year as mayor at our luncheon, but certainly no stranger to Surprise Stadium and this luncheon every year. He was the city councilman with the longest tenure when he was unanimously selected as mayor by the council late last year on November 20th to serve as mayor. He'd served on the city council since 2008 in a lot of capacities, including, I think, 2 terms as vice mayor at different times, too. Certainly a familiar face here at the ballpark. Councilmember Skip Hall has been engaged in growing the city's water portfolio, supporting transportation improvements throughout the city, attracting new employees to Surprise, and engaging the city's youth and developing the city's future leaders. He has an impressive resume before he joined the city council, including service in the Vietnam War and leadership roles in the hospitality and the real estate industry, as well as being a major proponent of the city of Surprise throughout his long tenure on the council. It's a real pleasure now to welcome for the first time as mayor, Mayor Skip Hall.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our beautiful city of Surprise and this fan favorite stadium. Is that a great stadium or what? This is such an exciting time for our community to welcome back the Kansas City Royals and the Texas Rangers players, coaches, and fans to Surprise. I'd like to start off by welcoming my colleagues on the City Council, Vice Mayor Roland Winters, Councilman Ken Remley. He's probably in line. There he is. Councilman Patrick Duffy. There you go. Councilwoman Nancy Hayden. Councilman Chris Judd. And Councilman Dave Sanders. I also want to welcome all of our friends from the Texas Rangers and Kansas City Royals, including the Rangers president of baseball operations and general manager, John Daniels. Where's John? Hey, John. And Chris Woodard, the manager. Is Chris here? No. Okay, he's on his way. Along with the Royals general manager, Dayton Moore. On his way. And the manager, Ned Yost. He's on his way, too. Okay. We used to have a joke on the city council with Councilman John Williams. We called him On the Way Williams. Remember that, John? Anyway, this year marks the 17th anniversary of spring training in Surprise. What an amazing history these two teams bring to our city. Thank you for your continued partnership. And both teams continue to support today's Major League Baseball talents while grooming the future leaders in the sport. This is the perfect opportunity for baseball fans to connect with players they love. We'd also like to give special thank you to the Cactus League, an organization that supports all the teams and facilities here in Arizona. Joining us today, we have the Cactus League president, Jeff Meyer. Is Jeff here? Hey, Jeff. To our sponsors and vendors, thank you for the continued support that have made spring training and Surprise such a success. Thank you, Sanderson, Ford, and Lincoln, Hensley, Chick-fil-A, Jimmy John's, Banner Health, and Ottawa University, and so many more thank yous for your continued support. And to those amazing fans, thank you. We love having you here, and our local businesses love having you here too. Spring training brings in over 200,000 people, fans, to the Surprise every March. They stay in our hotels, and they frequent our restaurants and retail establishments. Of course, none of this is possible without the support of our internal spring training team. So thank you to our city manager, Mike Frazier, and his dedicated staff within the Sports and Tourism and Community Recreation Services Department for making this work every year. Thank you, Mike. And in closing, thank you to the surprise sun dancers. We have over 750 sun dancers who volunteer their time each year at spring training, and we couldn't do it without you. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Mayor, and we appreciate your commitment to the City of Surprise and to Surprise Stadium and spring training and the Cactus League. It's very, very appreciated. It's time now to welcome a very special guest, not really a guest because this is his spring home as well. John Daniels became the 8th general manager in Texas Rangers history when he was promoted to that position back in October of 2005. And you could say in some respects this has been the golden age of Rangers baseball while John has been at the helm. Rangers advancing to the postseason 5 out of the last 8 years. And off-season additions that he made played a huge role in that. Rangers were selected as the 2012 Topps Organization of the Year. It annually highlights the major league team that's shown most outstanding performance, depth, and talent throughout its major and minor league teams, and establishing a winning tradition in Texas. It's a pleasure to welcome back once again the President, Baseball Operations, and General Manager of the Texas Rangers, John Daniels.
I think I was the only one of the 4 that were introduced that's here, so the other guys are actually working. I was trying to get in line for some barbecue. I thank you for all for coming out and for welcoming us back to Surprise. I've been fortunate enough to have been with the Rangers now 1 year actually before we came out here, and I've been here straight through. So I've seen literally the growth of your city, and it is very much a second home for many of us. Trying to figure out on the way over here how many nights I've spent at the Residence Inn. Couldn't quite do the math, but it's quite a few Marriott points. I want to just thank some individuals, Mayor Skip Hall, the City Council, Mike Frazier, our new City Manager. Looking forward to an opportunity to work with all of you, and then the staff that we work with on a regular basis that keeps up what in our mind is the best kept spring training complex and the most well cared for spring complex. Kendra Pettis, Joe Bertoletti, and Travis Ashby and your staffs. We've developed relationships with each of you over the years, and the little extras that group does above and beyond. I know with the Royals group here as well, they feel the same way, and it really makes this place special for all of us. And it really allows us to focus on baseball. And in that regard, we've got, from the Rangers standpoint, we've got kind of 2 major initiatives going on right now. I appreciate the great intro, saying we made the postseason 5 of the last 8 years. It conveniently left off that we finished in last place last year. I appreciate that. I think the stat still holds. It's just, my 5 of 8, 5 of 9, hopefully not. But, first and foremost, our ownership's been awesome in letting us really invest in our infrastructure. And what I mean by that is just building on the great staff and people we've got in place. We've actually hired, we had organizational meetings this week, so we went back and looked. We've hired 55 people in the last 12 months. Some of those have replaced folks that have left. Others have been new positions with a real focus on player development, developing the young players that come through here all summer long with the AZL and the Fall League and the Instructional League, and then our R&D programs. And so we're really excited about that. There's a ton of work that goes on, as all of you know, in your businesses when hire new people and getting them onboarded and then kind of aligned with everything you're trying to do and making sure everybody's speaking the same language. That's a huge focus for us right now. And one of those areas that we've had some new hires has been our major league staff. And so you'll get a chance to hear in a second here from Chris Woodward, who we hired as our manager from the Dodgers. And Woody, the culture that he's creating at our big league level of inclusion and collaboration, very kind of direct and clear truths to the players, but in a caring sort of way. It's created an atmosphere for our coaches to really get after it. And we've only been here less than a week, but you can feel it, the energy, and we're kind of excited to see how that plays into the development of our young players here at the major league level. So again, I greatly appreciate it. Appreciate the welcome here. appreciate the city's partnership, long-term partnership, and everything that you do for us, and we're looking forward to another great spring here. Thank you very much.
And thank you very much, John. It's a pleasure now to welcome for the first time to Surprise Stadium the brand new manager of the Texas Rangers, but he comes from a pedigree of winning. He's been in the World Series the last 2 years as a coach for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Chris Woodward was named the Rangers' 19th manager back in November. He brings a strong knowledge of the game. He worked on the Dodgers staff in the 2017-2018 seasons where he picked up those National League pennant rings. In addition to coaching third base, he worked with the infielders and directed defensive shifts. 12-year Major League career, an infielder with the Blue Jays, Mets, Braves, Mariners, and Red Sox. Retired after spending 2012 at AAA Las Vegas. Spent 2 years on the Mariners coaching staff, and the past 3 years, I mentioned that pedigree of winning on the staff with Dave Roberts and the Los Angeles Dodgers. It's a pleasure now to welcome for the first time the new manager of the Texas Rangers, Chris Woodward.
How you doing? How you doing today, guys? Thank you for having me. I just wanted to tell you how excited I am. Obviously, being a first-year manager, getting the opportunity to take this job. I've been in this game a long time, but to have the opportunity now to lead an organization and share my vision and my views and my passion for this game, it's pretty much given me everything in my life. I can't tell you how excited I am. So obviously, I want to thank the City of Surprise, and it's a beautiful place. We live on the other side of the valley in Chandler, but I've spent many a day here, obviously as a player. Had a lot of success in the stadium, so I'm hoping that continues. I wanted to thank obviously Mayor Hall and City Council. Appreciate all the support, and especially the city staff, the grounds crew. I mean, you look back here and you see this field. It's an amazing field, and we're very fortunate to get our players out there and give them such a beautiful facility. We're really appreciative of that. So we're looking forward to this season. We got a young group. I'm super excited. I didn't know many of these guys before I took the job. I just watched them play. From my time in Seattle, got to spend a lot of time, on the other side, kind of watching them kick our butt. So I was getting to know these guys, getting to know, who they are and what they're capable of, and where we can take this team. I'm really excited about it because this is a passionate group. It's a young group, but it's also they want to win. They got a little chip on their shoulder about the expectations that a lot of people are saying are coming our way. They're not having that. So I can't tell you how thrilled I am just to see the belief that's in that locker room already. And that's, obviously my job. I can't tell you how much I believe in that. Coming from, World Series contender the last 2 years, it comes down to belief. If you guys can believe it internally, it doesn't matter what people say on the outside. And they're beginning that, and we're just trying to obviously improve our younger players on a daily basis, and that's the grind. That's 162 games, 8 months. That's what I'm committed to, and we built a staff around that. And I like I said, I can't wait for things to start pretty heavy up here. And first 2 days have been great. The energy's been awesome. Players are excited, and we're just going to keep moving forward. So thank you for having me, and appreciate it. Thank you.
Before we move on to the Royals, I do want to take a moment to recognize two gentlemen who are not on the program, but mean a lot to both of these teams. And those two men are John Blake, who is the Vice President of Communications for the Texas Rangers, and Mike Swanson, in the same role with the Kansas City Royals. They make my job very easy every year. They're wonderful people, and we appreciate you. I mentioned when I was introducing Chris Woodward, pedigree of winning. Dayton Moore entering his 13th full season as the general manager of the Kansas City Royals. He was named Senior Vice President, Baseball Operations and General Manager back in 2006. And I mentioned a pedigree of winning, and he certainly had that with the Royals. Again, a golden era for the Royals under Dayton Moore's leadership. But that pedigree of winning for Dayton Moore began before he got to the Royals, because he was with the Atlanta Braves organization. And I had the pleasure of working for the Atlanta Braves High A affiliate in Durham in the Carolina League through the 80s and the early 90s, and I know what a great organization that was. And Dayton, a part of that, along with men like John Schuerholz, Bobby Cox, and a guy that I don't think has ever gotten enough credit, Paul Snyder with the Braves during those years. And that pedigree of winning, I think, has been so important to what Dayton Moore has established here with the Kansas City Royals as the man who has led the organization into its greatest time in its history. Dayton Moore took the franchise to its first World Series championship in 30 years. The club became the fourth since 1997 to reach the Fall Classic in back-to-back seasons after falling to the San Francisco Giants in the 2014 World Series. It is a pedigree of winning. It's our pleasure to welcome back once again the general manager and vice president of the Kansas City Royals, Dayton Moore.
Hey guys, well, thank you so much for having us. You know, we're so appreciative, full of appreciation, really, of just this great community. You guys make us feel so welcome, and I want to thank Mayor Hall for everything that you do and just kind of rallying this community and getting everybody excited about baseball, the sports and tourism committee, and I know that Kendra and Donna and Joe do an unbelievable job of just making sure that this atmosphere is special, not only for the players, obviously, and us, but more importantly for the great citizens of Surprise. And what Mike does and Eric on the field and Travis, I mean, those guys really make our day-to-day operation very seamless, and especially when we have days like yesterday, it's really, really important. They're here in the ballpark early. They communicate so well and effective and efficiently with all of our coaches and all of our personnel. So we just simply want to say thank you for all you do. You know, our environment is crucial. Everything that we do is so important because we're a small market. And we don't make excuses for our market. It is what it is. But we constantly are relying on the places where our minor league teams play, the communities where our players play. Surprise is a huge part of what we do. It sets the tone, you know, for our players. It begins to plant seeds in the minds of our players and the players' families as they begin 162 games of Major League Baseball through all the ups and downs, and this sets the tone. And so without the people of this community, the business leaders, certainly all the businesses, you know, we consider the folks at the Marriott right over here, the Residence Inn family. We've been going there for the last 12 years or so since I've been down here. And so it's, again, it's just a special appreciation that we have for each and every one of you. And also the fact that we get to share it with the Rangers. John Daniels, I know, has been here, I believe, 17 years in Surprise. This is my 13th year in Surprise, and we get to share it with them, people that we respect greatly. And we do everything that we can to make sure that it's a great product on the field, that our players connect with the fans and in this community. And so we want to be great stewards of this city and make sure we make the games and this environment special for you as well. So thank you, and again, appreciate all you do, and let's have a great, great spring. Thank you.
Now, another man who is certainly no stranger here at our Mayor's Welcome Back Luncheon here at Surprise Stadium. Ned Yost became the 16th full-time manager of the Royals back in 2010. He's the longest tenured manager in Royals history. Led the Royals to their first World Series title and first division championship in 30 years following the 2015 season. Became the first KC skipper to lead the franchise to multiple World Series appearances. I mentioned that pedigree of learning. He also came out of the Atlanta Braves organization, third base coach for Bobby Cox for many years. First time I remember seeing him was managing in Greenville in the Southern League many, many years ago. But he has brought that pedigree, of course, to the Kansas City Royals along with Dayton Moore. Pleasure to welcome back once again the skipper, Ned Yost.
Thank you. Guess what? It's snowing in Kansas City today. I looked at the weather and I'm just so glad to be here, ice and snow. But, you know, we look forward to coming to Surprise every single year. And, you know, a lot of people will say a lot of different things, but from the bottom of my heart, this is the most spectacular spring training complex in Arizona as far as I'm concerned. I mean, you guys can go to other facilities and they look great, but nothing captivates the eye like this does. Nothing accommodates the fans like this does. We went to Fan Fest a couple weeks ago, and the number of fans from Kansas City that were so excited to come to Surprise and see spring training was, I mean, I couldn't count how many people were able to do that. And my first question is, have you done it before? Oh, yes, we've done it many years. And I was in the very few that say, no, we've never done it before. And I tell them, get ready. You're going to love it. It's a great experience. You get close to the players. Players come down. They sign autographs. It's very laid back. It's very low-key. You can get back to the back of the practice fields and watch your favorite players work out. It's tremendous. So we really enjoy this facility. We enjoy this city. It amazes me how much the city grows every year and how many restaurants are popping up. And if I'm going to be really honest, you know, I go to bed at 7 o'clock, all right? But my wife is coming Wednesday, so I'm going to really be able to get out and explore, you know, come Wednesday. But we absolutely love this place. We love the clubhouse. It's spectacular. Like we said, the playing fields back there are unbelievable. Mike Gonzalez and his staff, I've been here 10 years, and to be able to work with Mikey and his staff, they give us everything we need, everything that we want. It's a relationship every single day where they come in and they check with us. What do you need? What can we do for you? The city and the staff bends over backwards for you, and what more can you ask for in a city or a complex like this? You can't ask for anything more. So as you can tell, I love being here, and thank you guys for everything that you do. Thank you for providing this for us. Thank you for letting us be here. We appreciate it from the bottom of our heart. You know, when Dayton was up here a little while ago, we had some organizational meetings, you know, a couple of days ago, and I told our group, I said, look, Dayton Moore changed the game. 4 or 5 years ago, Dayton came to me and he said, look, we're going to try something different. We don't have a lot of money to spend on starters, so I'm going to try to build the back end of our bullpen and make it lights out so that if we've got the lead or we're tied from the 5th inning on, our chances of winning that game are going to be great. Nobody else did it. Everybody else thought, you know, what are you guys doing? We had 5 closers at the back of the bullpen, and it took us all the way to a world championship. So, I mean, Dayton changed the game because you take a look around now, everybody's doing it. Well, guess what? I think Dayton's about to change the game again. All right? This game has gotten a little bit boring. Guys rearing back, trying to hit homers, don't care if they strike out. The shift has eliminated the singles, which eliminates the bunt, which eliminates steals, which eliminates hit and runs. It takes excitement out of the game. But Dayton and I both love action-type baseball. We like speed-type baseball. We like athletic players that can cover ground. We've got the biggest stadium in all of baseball in Kansas City. We need athletic guys with speed that can cover the gaps. And Dayton has gone out and done that. We like guys that can steal bases. We like guys that can win the 3-2 count, that have on-base percentage and have a focus of scoring runs. So I think that what you're going to see in the next couple of years as we continue to develop this group with speed and defense over power is that we're going to be more successful. We're going to be more successful in the next 3 or 4 years. We're going to win another world championship, and everybody's going to want speed and defense. So you guys are seeing it first here, all right? No. Again, I've got to get back to work, but again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for allowing us to be here. Thank you for everything that you provide for us on this field. We appreciate it greatly. All right? Have a great day.
Now I'd like to bring up the Director of Sports and Tourism for the City of Surprise. Sports and Tourism, the department that runs spring training here at Surprise Stadium. The department was formed not too long before spring training last year, entering the 2nd year of this structure. Kendra Pettis is the person responsible for hiring and seeing that everything runs in a very smooth manner every day here at spring training and throughout the tourism and sports efforts for the City of Surprise. Pleasure now to welcome Kendra Pettis, Director of Sports and Tourism, to the microphone.
Sorry. Can tell who the rookie is, right? All right. Thank you, Tony. And thank you to everyone who made it today. We really appreciate it. We're so excited for this spring training season. It's our favorite time of the year. And we want to thank the Kansas City Royals and the Texas Rangers. We are so lucky to have two teams that demonstrate the meaning of true partnership every year, year after year. And we love having this opportunity in our city, available to our residents. But we also love seeing those Kansas City fans and those Texas fans come out every year too. So thank you for everything that you do, not just for us, but for the entire community. And spring training truly is a citywide effort. We want to thank our Mayor Hall and our City Council for their continued support, our city management team for their guidance with City Manager Mike Frazier, and we also want to thank all of our fellow departments for their help. So we really put some of these groups through the ringer during spring training, from police, fire, communications, finance, IT, public works. We really depend on them. So thank you for still continuing to answer the phone when we call. We really appreciate everything that you guys do. And then, of course, I want to thank our sports and tourism and our community and recreation services team. These two groups work tirelessly year-round. I couldn't ask for a better team. We're so grateful for all that you do, so thank you guys. And thank you for Donna and Paul for all of your support and your teamwork as we get through spring training. We really appreciate it. And I also want to thank all of our sponsors. We have so many valuable partners here. I'm so glad that a lot of you guys could make it today. The business community is so critical to the success of spring training, and we know that there are a lot of opportunities out there, so thank you for putting your trust into us. We really, truly appreciate your support. Another important group I want to thank is our surprise Sundancers. So we have over 750 volunteers that work here during spring training. We have about 200 every day that are out here. So we could not do this operationally without you, but they are a piece of our culture, and we are so grateful for all the time that they spend here. So if you ever see our volunteers in the yellow shirts, thank them for everything that they do. Yep. And again, thank you to all of our fans. We're so grateful for you. I know that there's a lot of our loyal season ticket holders here. We just appreciate that you continue to keep coming out. And thank you for everything that you do to support the stadium and our teams. Thank you again for everything. We appreciate it, and enjoy.
Thank you so much. Hope to see you many times this season.